Jake Ludington here, and this week Amazon announced several new products in the Kindle line, including, of course, the Amazon Kindle Fire, which everybody is excited to see as a competitor in the tablet computing market. I ordered one. I'll see it in November when it arrives, but in the meantime, I'm actually fairly excited about this little product, which is the entry-level Kindle. It's stripped out many of the features that I don't use and has focused on the things that to me are most important about a reader, which is readability of the book or magazine that you are reading. And I'm going to talk about some of the features and why you may want to consider this very affordable e-reader as your either entrance into the ebook market or an upgrade to your existing e-reading needs. I'll spare you the full unboxing, but I thought you might be curious to see what kind of box the new Amazon Kindle comes in. It's a very thin, small box. Looks like it could actually have something like a DVD inside. Open it up, and up at the top here, you've got a product guide that tells you a little bit about the device, and then inside, you've got the Kindle, of course. That has to be there. And the only other thing in the package is a micro USB cable. Now, if I were to have one complaint, it would be this particular inclusion lacks a power adapter for the wall. And I almost never plug my Kindle into a computer, but what it looks like here is that in order to cut some costs, they have left that power adapter out, assuming that you're going to charge by plugging into the computer USB port rather than plugging into the wall. Now, because I can get all of the books over Wi-Fi, I don't really need to plug in, so I'm likely to use one of the other adapters that I have in the house when I charge, but that seems like an oversight on their part. I guess for 79 bucks you can't complain too much, but still something that I would have liked to have seen in the box instead. I've got the new Kindle here positioned next to what Amazon is now calling the Kindle keyboard so that you can see a point of comparison. You can see that it's a little bit smaller, and of course this new Kindle obviously does not have a keyboard. That's probably the biggest difference, and it allows the size to be just a little bit smaller. And to me, the size difference is actually important because when I'm holding the new Kindle in my hand, it feels better. It just feels like it balances better in my hand while I'm reading, and it feels like I will not get fatigued as much as I would holding this the Kindle keyboard unit. Other thing that you'll notice is that on the home screen of the Kindle keyboard that I have, it is a version without ads, so that I'm seeing like an author on the cover, and this Kindle has the version with ads. It's the $79 versus paying an extra $30 to not get ads. I didn't actually mind this ad. It's a guy holding his kid in the air at the beach. Looks very nice. I almost don't notice the ad up in the corner, which is probably not good for the advertiser, but I'm just like, that's a nice picture. So if they can keep up that level of quality, the ads won't become annoying. So what makes this particular Kindle unique? I think it's the lack of features that actually makes it unique. It is purely a reader. I mean, sure, you can power the thing on. Power button, as you can see, is down here on the bottom right next to the micro USB port. And once you've powered it on, it looks just like every other Kindle. It's got the screen that lists everything on the device. I don't have much on this device yet because I've primarily been using my Kindle keyboard. And you can see there's an ad down here at the bottom that is a repeat of the ad before I powered it on. There's essentially 5 buttons on the device, which you can see down here at the bottom. There's a home button, a menu button, the navigation button, a keyboard button, and a back button. And of course there's the page turn buttons to go forward and back on both the left and right side of the device. I'll turn it sideways there so you can see. And that's it. It does not have speakers. It does not have a headphone jack. It obviously does not have a keyboard. Some other things to note, it of course has wireless. As you can see here, I can turn the wireless on. I have it off. I don't know how long the battery life is for sure on this unit. I assume that it is approximately the same as the previous Kindle keyboard version, and so I leave the wireless off because it allows the battery to last longer if you leave the wireless off. There you have it. Those are the key features of the Amazon Kindle. Doesn't have any special name. This is the very basic, bare bones Kindle minus the keyboard, and I really like it. I bought this in part because I was curious to see what Amazon might have compromised on in delivering this product as opposed to other products, and I'm pleasantly surprised that the things that they have left out are actually things that I don't miss. I don't use the speakers on my Kindle keyboard now. I don't use the headphone jack now. Maybe you listen to audiobooks on your Kindle, or maybe you would want to, and so you would miss those things. If I was going to be listening to an audiobook or any sort of audio, I'd be more inclined to use my smartphone instead. I don't use the keyboard, so no loss there. And like I said, probably my biggest complaint is that they don't have the wall adapter so that I can just plug this device into the wall. I do have several of them from various other devices I own, so that's not a big loss for me personally, but that seems like something that they should have included no matter what. Aside from that, I would recommend that if you're looking for a device that is a basic reader that has the e-ink so that you can read in full sunlight or pretty much anywhere else, this is the way to go. You really don't need the keyboard. I'm sure Amazon doesn't want to hear people say that because they really want you to buy a more expensive version. I may change my tune once I've tried out the touch version, because basically the touch version seems to be this product with the ability to have a touchscreen. So touch might be a nice to have, but even so, really, I don't know that I want to have fingerprints all over the screen while I'm reading, and this does not have fingerprints issues because I'm not really going to be pressing on the screen. So it may very well be that this is the reader that I take with me everywhere for the foreseeable future.